The Washington quarter dollar, one of the most recognizable and collected coins in American history, carries with it nearly a century of legacy, artistry, and hidden value that continues to fascinate collectors across the globe. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first President of the United States, George Washington, this quarter replaced the Standing Liberty design and became the cornerstone of U.S. circulating coinage. Sculpted by John Flanagan, the obverse proudly displays the left-facing portrait of Washington, accompanied by the inscriptions "Liberty" above, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the minting year below, while the reverse originally featured a majestic bald eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and olive branches, a perfect symbol of American strength and peace. Over the decades, the Washington quarter has undergone several transformations in metal composition, design, and mint marks, yet its essence has remained constant as a symbol of American resilience. From 1932 to 1964, these quarters were struck in 90% silver, making early issues particularly valuable due to their intrinsic metal content as well as their collectible rarity. Later issues from 1965 onward switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition due to the rising cost of silver, marking the end of an era but also introducing new varieties and minting errors that have become highly sought after. Collectors often search for the key dates such as the 1932 D and 1932 S, which were produced in small numbers and are considered the cornerstones of any Washington quarter collection. The 1932 D, with a mintage of only 436,800, and the 1932 S, with a mintage of 408,000, can both command thousands of dollars in high mint state grades. Other notable pieces include the 1943 double die obverse, the 1950 D/S over mint mark, and the 1964 D transitional silver-clad varieties. Among these, one of the most astonishing Washington quarters ever sold at auction was a 1932 D graded MS-66 by PCGS, which realized an incredible price of over $143,750, proving how dramatically a coin's condition and rarity can multiply its value. Such records fuel the excitement of coin enthusiasts who continue to hunt through rolls, collections, and estate sales for hidden treasures. The Washington quarter also underwent major design shifts in the late 20th and early 21st centuries. In 1976, for the U.S. Bicentennial celebration, a special dual date, 1776 to 1976 issue was released featuring Jack L. R's colonial drummer boy design on the reverse, and these coins, though common, have special versions struck in 40% silver that bring significant value to collectors today. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the ambitious 50-state quarters program, running until 2008, followed by the D.C. and U.S. Territory Series in 2009. These programs revived massive public interest in numismatics, introducing millions of Americans to the joy of coin collecting. From 2010 to 2021, the America the Beautiful quarters carried on that legacy with stunning national park designs, followed by the Washington crossing the Delaware issue in 2021, a powerful modern tribute to the enduring legacy of the first president. But beyond the beauty and symbolism, the Washington quarter hides a world of mint errors and varieties that can turn a simple 25-cent coin into a small fortune. Collectors should pay special attention to pieces with off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and missing clad layers. Some of the most famous are the 1965 silver transitional errors, quarters accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets during the transition to clad composition. These rare coins have fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Similarly, the 1970 S-proof quarter struck over a 1941 Canadian quarter, identified by partial undertype markings, stunned collectors when it sold for over $35,000. The 1983 double die reverse, known for its sharply doubled inscriptions in E pluribus unum, is another standout variety worth thousands in high grade. Even more modern quarters like the 2004 D Wisconsin extra leaf varieties, featuring an extra leaf on the ear of corn, have captured attention, with the high leaf and low leaf versions selling for thousands of dollars apiece depending on condition. The 2021 Crossing the Delaware quarters also introduced new collector enthusiasm as people searched for die breaks, strike-throughs, and doubled features under magnification. What makes the Washington quarter dollar truly remarkable is its blend of everyday familiarity and hidden potential. Millions of these coins pass through our hands every day, yet only the trained eye of a collector or the luck of a curious observer can recognize when a common quarter is actually worth hundreds or thousands. The condition grading system, ranging from circulated to uncirculated and up through mint state and proof grades, plays a crucial role in determining a coin's worth. A Washington quarter graded MS-67 or higher can increase in value exponentially due to its pristine surface and sharp strike. Many collectors rely on professional grading services like PCGS and NGC to authenticate and encapsulate their coins, preserving them for generations. While silver quarters carry intrinsic metal value, it's often the historical context, mint mark rarity, or era variety that transforms an ordinary Washington quarter into a numismatic gem. Even circulated pieces can be worth more than face value if they belong to a key date, proof issue, or special mint set. Additionally, the artistic evolution of the coin, from Flanagan Classic Eagle Reverse to ours Bicentennial Drummer and the series of state and national park reverses, tells a broader story of America's identity, heritage, and creative expression through coinage. Collectors around the world treasure Washington quarters not just as money but as miniature works of art that carry the nation's history in metal form. The thrill of discovering a rare piece, perhaps a 1965 silver transitional or a 1932 S in high mint state, keeps collectors searching through rolls, attending auctions, and trading with fellow enthusiasts. Many modern collectors also focus on building complete date and mint mark sets, proof sets, or typesets that showcase the changing designs through the decades. With the introduction of the American Women Quarter Series in 2022, featuring notable women in U.S. history while retaining the portrait of George Washington, the legacy continues to evolve, ensuring that the Washington quarter remains not only a collector's favorite but also a cultural icon. Whether silver or clad, circulated or proof, the Washington quarter dollar stands as a tangible connection to America's past and a reminder that sometimes extraordinary treasures are hiding in the most ordinary of places. As we continue our deep dive into the world of the Washington quarter dollar, it's time to explore the fascinating layers that make this coin more than just a simple piece of currency. It's a window into American history, innovation, and the unending quest for rare treasures. After nearly a century of production, the Washington quarter remains one of the most studied coins in U.S. numismatics, and even now, new varieties and discoveries continue to surface from time to time, surprising even the most seasoned collectors. Beyond the early silver issues and the popular modern programs, the Washington quarter has evolved with technological advancements that forever changed the minting process, especially with the introduction of computer-assisted engraving and die-making in the late 20th century. These modern techniques reduced human error, but they also created a different category of collectible errors such as die clashes, die breaks, and misaligned dies, all of which are fascinating for collectors who enjoy spotting the smallest imperfections. Another crucial aspect of collecting Washington quarters lies in understanding the subtle differences between mint marks and strike types. Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and later West Point issues all carry unique production characteristics. For example, San Francisco mint marks often indicate proof strikes with mirror-like finishes and frosted designs, while Denver issues are known for strong strikes and consistent minting quality. Meanwhile, coins without mint marks, produced in Philadelphia, can sometimes be undervalued by casual collectors, yet certain years like the 1983 and 1982 Washington quarters with no mint sets have become highly sought after because of limited availability. Another area that sparks major collector excitement is toning, the natural color transformation that occurs on the coin's surface over decades due to oxidation. Rainbow-toned Washington quarters, displaying hues of blue, gold, or violet, can sell for significantly more than their untarnished counterparts because of their unique visual appeal. Equally fascinating is the story behind the silver and clad transition of 1965. During that pivotal period, the U.S. Mint faced an enormous silver shortage and made the critical decision to switch from the traditional 90% silver composition to a copper-nickel clad planchet. Yet, due to leftover silver blanks, a few 1965 dated quarters were accidentally struck in silver, creating one of the most famous and valuable transitional errors in American coinage. A confirmed example of the 1965 silver quarter graded by PCGS sold for over $40,000, proving that simple date and metal composition errors can become legendary in the coin world. Likewise, the 1976 Bicentennial silver quarters have seen rising values as collectors now seek out pristine examples with original mint luster or deep cameo-proof strikes. And as the decades progressed, so too did collector programs. Most notably, the 50-state quarters program that began in 1999, which introduced 50 unique reverse designs representing each U.S. state. This program ignited an entire generation of coin enthusiasts, many of whom began collecting quarters from circulation for the first time, making it one of the most successful coin initiatives in modern history. Key state quarters, like the 2004 D Wisconsin with extra leaf varieties and the 1999 Delaware Spitting Horse era, are now iconic rarities in modern coinage, with some examples selling for thousands of dollars depending on their grade. Even the territory quarters released in 2009, such as Guam and Puerto Rico, have started gaining attention due to their lower mintages compared to the earlier states. Then came the America the Beautiful series, which brought breathtaking national park imagery onto the quarter's reverse, turning the coin into an artistic canvas of American landscapes, from Yosemite and Yellowstone to the Grand Canyon and beyond. The level of detail and beauty in these designs made them instant collectibles, especially in high-grade proof and silver versions. By 2021, when the series concluded with the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site design, collectors had a massive and historically rich collection spanning over a decade. The very next issue, the Washington Crossing the Delaware Quarter, reintroduced a powerful and patriotic image of George Washington at the forefront of history, bridging the classic design with modern artistry. As of recent years, the new American Women Quarters program launched in 2022 has continued this tradition of honoring U.S. heritage, featuring figures such as Maya Angelou, Sally Ride, and others, with Washington's portrait redesigned to reflect a more accurate and classical representation based on Laura Garden Fraser's original 1931 concept. This change was monumental because it finally gave recognition to Fraser's design, which had been passed over nearly a century earlier in favor of John Flanagan version. These layers of history, spanning artistic debate, minting evolution, and cultural symbolism, are what make the Washington quarter dollar more than just another coin. It's a living timeline of American progress. And when it comes to the collector's market, rarity and condition continue to drive value. Modern collectors look not only for early silver examples but also for high-grade clad coins that remain in mint state condition after decades of circulation. For instance, a perfectly preserved 1962 Washington quarter graded MS-68 sold for nearly $20,000, while proof versions with deep cameo contrast can achieve similar figures. Even a common date quarter, when featuring exceptional eye appeal or strike sharpness, can surprise collectors at auction. Another emerging trend is the fascination with die varieties, minor differences caused during production that can create unique features on the coin. Doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and even slight variations in design elements have become valuable study areas for numismatists, with certain discoveries leading to record-breaking auction results. Beyond the value and rarity, the Washington quarter holds an emotional place in the hearts of Americans because it represents endurance through economic change. From the Great Depression through World War II, the post-war boom, and the digital age, this coin has been there for every generation. Millions of people remember finding these quarters in pocket change or saving them in albums, unaware that some could one day be worth a small fortune. It's this very connection between history, heritage, and discovery that fuels the passion for coin collecting. Whether you're hunting through rolls, attending coin shows, or studying auction catalogs, the Washington quarter dollar remains one of the most exciting coins to explore. From its birth in 1932 to its latest issues, it continues to evolve, both as a symbol of national pride and as a hidden treasure waiting to be found. So the next time you hold a quarter, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of American history worth far more than 25 cents. Thanks for watching.